right, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today there is 12 games. It's a massive slate today. It's going to be a quick video. I'm already running behind. I was up till 5 in the morning doing a late night giveaway and live stream with the Cord Faithful. It was a good time, but today I threw everything off, everything suffering, especially because it's a 12 game slate. I did cook on that live stream last night, so I did put in everything, but of course, everyone that wakes up and sees it, most of the stuff's already bumped. So today I don't even have a play of the day, a true play of the day, but I was gonna not do a YouTube video, and then I decided I thought maybe I'd do one for the 2 late games, which is where most of my coin is going to be. To be honest with you, it's going to be on the 2 late games. This is a 12 game slate, but there's not really much here that I have interest in, believe it or not. So here we are on Outlier Bet, and you can see the Cavs Hornets. I'm not touching this. 10.5 point spread, 206. The Hornets are just absolute poverty. They don't even try. Then you have the Warriors and Magic. I think that one's okay. Warriors are on a back-to-back slow pace. Wizard Nets, this one might be okay, might worth looking at. Blazers Hawks seems good on paper until you see the point total in the spread. The Clippers Philly, same thing. Knicks Raptors, same thing. I mean, the Wolves and the Pistons, look at this, 15.5 point spread. This right here will be a decent game, 234 point total. I'm probably going to focus most of my resources there, and then possibly the Phoenix Suns and the Denver Nuggets and the Spurs and the Jazz. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's get started. I'm going to do things different today. Now I'm doing this live because I didn't have time to do my normal cook and all that stuff. I'm running this. It was getting late. I was like, let's just do it live. Okay, so here I am on DG Fantasy. You can use code CRUSH and get 25% off your first month. What this does is it brings out all the books, all the market data, all the competition, bang, nice and easy, so you can get a nice feel of what's going on in the slate, right? Easy peasy lemon squeezy, baby. So here we go. You can see, what do you notice out of the gate? It's under season on everything. Nurkic, 12.5 R plus A. Everybody's going to want to take Nurkic R plus A, right? Well, it's plus EV. It's 54%. So this is what I do. We can do it live, baby, right here. Captain Crush, bang. I can go right here to my projection sheet. I can find Nurk. Where you at, Nurk? Phoenix Suns. Here we go. Nurkic, okay, he's projecting not that great, folks. 9 rebounds and 2 assists, so 9.2 plus 2, it's 11. It's within the 2-point margin of error. Remember, if it's 2 points either way, I will still put it in the mix. I try to find 2 points in my favor, but that's not it. It's 11. It's projected for 11. It's going to be dicey. I think if you want to target it, you can. The rest of it, like with these fantasy scores, as you can see, it's all freaking unders for the most part on the plus EV side, but these fantasy scores are everywhere. Like DraftKings, Caesars, PrizePicks always has a higher fantasy score. They count their blocks and steals as 3, but they also count their turnovers as 1. These sites usually count it as half a point, and some of them even give triple-double and double-double bonuses. Now, Jalen Williams is going to be a lot popular today because Shai Alexander, the taco salesman himself, is out of the mix. So you got to figure out what you're going to do. And I've been telling people early, the only thing that I think I'm going to have exposure to is Mr. Jalen Williams, 9.5 R plus A. It's not going to be pretty either, projected wise. Projected for 24 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists. So 4.4, let's call it 4.5, and then 5. He's literally projected for 9.5. So I will consider that as well. Now let's go over to the PrizePicks. Remember, I'm doing the cook basically live. So this is my own process. You can get my projection sheet in my Discord. But for the Cord Faithful that are watching this, you already know I'm going to have a live stream at 5 p.m. Central. So don't worry. I'm doing this video lightning fast, baby. It's going to be the quickest video you've ever seen, baby. And I'm basically just going to cover fantasy scores. So Miles McBride, are we going back to the wagon? Well, I really don't know, but I will tell you, take a shot. Now they got people getting healthy, yada, yada, yada. Miles McBride, you can take a shot there. Like I said, I'm going through this thing lightning fast. Everyone's going to want to talk about Josh Hart. Cap, are we taking Josh Hart? Listen, Josh Hart plays 40 plus minutes. If that game were to stay close, Josh Hart could be considered. I personally am not going to go there. I kind of like me some Scoot Henderson. I kind of think he's in the mix. I like how he gets all over the place. I like the matchup. I don't like the spread. I think it's poverty, but I think you got to consider Mr. Scoot Henderson, okay? And then DeMar DeRozan from the Bulls is probably going to be the guy that I'm interested in. I'm probably going to be interested in these two gentlemen tops from that matchup. Let me see if I can find a better proposition for him. I'm pretty sure Captain Crunch has got him projected for 27. So he's at 26.5. Let me go check, baby. We're doing it all live in person. Okay, so I got DeRozan right here. Bang! 27.13 points. So we know that we can go ahead and take DeMar DeRozan at 26.5 points. Now let's go see the EV value on him and see what the market's doing with Mr. DeRozan right now. Probably not going to be too crispy because I think I saw, yep, his fantasy scores being shown under. Now, his points is being juiced under 26.5. Again, that's not crispy, but the model has him going over, so that is why I will go ahead and take the shot. I don't love it. If you want to go down here to his PRA, I guess, again, he is being juiced under on everything, which is weird given the matchup, right? But I'm going to go ahead and take a shot. I don't care. If he sells, he sells. You're not going to get a better matchup, but it is DeMar DeRozan. He has a hat that says PrizePicks on it, and he keeps it in his back pocket ready and waiting. I'm telling you right now, he's a salesman. But my boy Scoot, he's hungry. He wants to get in the mix. I think he's going to come through for us, baby. How many Jalen's are in this PrizePicks today? My goodness. Jalen Green, Jalen Suggs, Jalen Williams. Okay, so these are the two that I'm interested in as of now. I think you could run it back with Jalen Green. I just don't know what line. My model has him going under 26 total points. You know the Houston Rockets have been on a tear. It all comes down to, is he going to shoot good or not? Is he going to get his shot to fall or not? What was he, like 9 for 26 last time when he was my play of the day and he cashed us? But it's still going to be a sweat. Model has him projected to go under this. I know his value isn't going to be there either. Let's go ahead and check Jalen Green. The best prop for him seems to be his R plus A, which I really don't want to have any exposure to. See, his points are being juiced under at 25.5 on Pinnacle. It's 26.5 everywhere else. That's actually FanDuel, excuse me. But his fantasy score, I think you could take a shot. Again, folks, I don't like this slate. I'm not you. I'm not going to force things that I don't like, and it's very painful. Not only was I running out of time, but everything that I liked, I got in the night before. So now having to come on here and find plays that I've on a 12-game slate that are already bumped up to heaven, it just isn't hitting. There's just nothing here. I feel like everything that I'm doing and everything that I'm talking about right now is just being forced. I don't like it. I dang sure don't love it. So I'm going to tell you guys to just do whatever you want. I would literally go light today if I was you, and I personally will be going light. I don't care. I'm not like, oh, well, I didn't do well yesterday, Cap, so I got to fire the nukes today. No, I don't care. If I did bad yesterday, I don't care to take a light day. I will probably do most of my stuff live on the Sleeper app or the Underdog app where I can do live betting and see how the games are going. Like I said, I already locked in my value last night, so this is extremely hard for me right now because I'm trying to find things that make sense. Paul George under 36.5 fantasy points is being juiced. I can't figure it out, okay? I'm sorry, but I'm never taking Paul George less than 36.5 fantasy points. It makes no sense to me. So that's what's being juiced on the books, and when that's the situation, I'm not going to sit there and try to take my time and figure out why they have that juiced under. And before you say, Cap, because the blowout, sure, even in a blowout, 36.5 fantasy points for a guy like Paul George is criminal, okay? It's criminal. His ceiling is 50 plus. Get out of here. I don't know what's going on with that. I would trend to take over, but I'm probably just going to fade the situation. Honestly, I'm probably just going to fade the situation and hope for the best. If you want to take Zubox fantasy at 26, same game, easier path, just like Kyrie and Luka yesterday. By the way, Kyrie Irving, cash it all, baby. Assist, RA, points, fantasy, he cashed it all. 3-point attempted, I should say. If you want to take a shot on Daddy Zuby, you can. Don't love it. Once again, I don't love any of it. I'm keeping it 100. I'm keeping it transparent. I ain't going to come on here and spit things that I don't like just for the sake of content, fella. That ain't hitting. And Captain Crush will always keep it 100 with the YouTube faithful. And I'm struggling right now, chat. I don't want to give you guys an all under season slip. I could, but no one wants to sweat unders, do they? Are you trying to sweat unders, chat? I don't think so. But let's take a look at Siakam. We talked about DeMar DeRozan's points. I'm all over the place right now. I didn't take any. No, I'm all over the place, baby. We got Siakam. Do we ride this wagon? Do we ride this train? Well, I'm gonna let you decide. I think his points, rebounds could be crispy. but I hate the matchup for him, to tell you the truth. I don't like him getting rebounds in this matchup. If you want to consider his points because they've been on a run lately, you could. It's not the greatest play in the world, and it's probably going to be juiced under because everything is being juiced under. It's absolutely insane. It's a dumpster fire type of slate. How do we have 11 games and there's 12 games, whatever, 12 or 11 games, and everything's being juiced under? Look at this. Under. This is crispy. Under 8.5 rebounds, I like. The model likes that too. That I will be taking. So as you can see, we do get a little bit of value here. Minus 128 on Pinnacle. Pinnacle is the sharpest book. So you could take over on his points, but honestly, his rebounds are at a point now where they are too high at 8.5. I told you I didn't want to make you take unders, but under 8.5 is actually crispy in this situation, okay? Cap, he's been getting 9, 10, 12. I know he has, but the line should be 7.5. 8.5's a little bit too high. It's gonna be a sweat because he's capable of 15 rebounds, but with Vuce and Drummond in the mix, I feel confident about it. If you don't want to take less on his rebounds, you can take his points. See what he projects at again. I forget. Siakam, 22 points. It's right there, and bang, I have him projected for almost 8 rebounds. So like I said, it's gonna be a sweat, but there you go. That is what I have to say about Mr. Siakam. You could take DeRozan and Siakam in a 1v1 optimal situation, or you could fade the entire situation, baby. Captain Crush wouldn't blame you a bit if you just said, you know what, screw it, I'm checking out for the day, I'm gonna go play golf, I'm gonna go play Mortal Kombat, you're gonna go play with your girl, you're gonna do whatever it is you're gonna do, and you're taking the night off from betting. Captain Crush wouldn't begrudge you a bit, fella, not one bit. And speaking of unders, I think you gotta take under on Tyrese Halliburton at 44. I think it's a little bit too high of a fantasy total for him. He does have block and steal upside, which is scary, but I think 44 is a little bit too high for this matchup. That's something you could consider. Cap, you keep going back and forth between DG and PrizePicks. I can't keep up. Know your role. This is the process. This is what I do, fella. This is what I do. So as you can see, he's actually being juiced over by a smidge. He's 44.5 on other sites. It makes no sense. Over 11 assists. I don't get any of this. I don't understand. How is Paul George being juiced under 36.5 versus the 76ers, and yet Halliburton is being juiced over on his fantasy, albeit slightly, 51%, not much to where it moves the needle. DeRozan and Halliburton under 45, that's crispy. Minus 121, let's tally them up together. So we know DeRozan's projected for 27, Halliburton's projected for 18. And lo and behold, 27 plus 18 is 45 because they got it surgical. They're surgical with it, just like Captain Crush, it's surgical. These lines, baby, these combo lines, they're always surgical. So actually, I'm probably going to fade that. I don't want to deal with that, but it is, you can see it is technically value. You got to make that decision for yourself. But here we go. Look at this, Kevin Durant under 41. I will never take under 41 fantasy points for Kevin Durant. I don't care in the matchup. I don't care. He has 50-point upside. Under 41.5 is crazy. I know the matchup's tough. I get all that, but still, I have no interest in it. I don't want to take unders on these guys where it's going to be a massive sweat. Same thing with Jalen Green. I'm not taking under on it. Siakam, under 40 fantasy points. This is what the slate is, guys. Do you really just want me to come on here and be like, oh yeah, just take under on everything? No, you don't. You want Captain Crunch to come on here, bang, give us a right, give us a left hook, bang, get it all together, figure it out. But like I said, everything that I liked the night before has either been removed or bumped. So I'm trying to do the Lord's work here. I'm trying to get it done for you guys. Lauri Markkanen, over 7.5 rebounds. Look at this, my boy Scoot, under 31.5. Oh, my boy, not my boy Scoot. No, not my boy Scoot. I don't care. I'm going over on Scoot. He's hitting. If he doesn't hit his fantasy, he's hitting his points or his RA. Lauri Markkanen, 7.5 rebounds. Where you at, Lauri? Projected for 7.6. You hate to see it. I don't know, man. Usually I can find value and then find something that's harmony and it sings, but not today. I'm just going to cut this thing off because I'm losing interest by the moment seeing this garbage slate. How are the lines this tight when we have 12 games? Like, what is going on here? PrizePicks, Sportsbook, what are you guys doing? You guys are like, bruh, we got to make coin. Yeah, you got to make coin. Kevin Crush understands that, baby. You got to make your bill. You got to pay your bills. But the fact of the matter is this, you got to give us something because this ain't hitting. I ain't trying to go under on all these guys. The recreational gambler ain't trying to go under on all these guys. That ain't fun. That ain't gonna keep them around. And I will have my live stream in about 20 minutes, and we will try to build a slip in the live community. And if you want to get in there, you go to CaptainCrush.net. This was the slip that I gave out on yesterday's YouTube video. If you made it to the end of the video, I spoon-fed you a crispy 2X. Chris Middleton, I told you guys I liked his assist over 5.5. I did get that in the night before. It cashed. They took it off. So then I had to grab his P plus A. He hooked double overtime, and he couldn't get 21 points plus assists. Granted, he only played like 29 to 30 minutes. He should have played almost 40 in double overtime. It is what it is, but it's still a crispy double up courtesy of Captain Crush. I was able to get some live bets in on Sleeper and make some coin. I had very close calls. Chris Middleton, you could see, look at all my slips. I used the same players. I am the dunk king. Kuminga's dunk cash. Lopez under cashed. Chris sold. That could have been 500 plus 500. That's 1,000. Another 200. That's 1,200 in equity he could have made if he drained a 3 or just got 3 more points and assist. And then De'Aaron Fox, that was another one. So we're at 1,700 in equity. And I didn't post all my 2X slips yesterday because I was running behind. I just posted this for the YouTube a second ago. Fox was crispy on pace, and then the Kings, they didn't come back in the game after halftime. They just gave up the ghost. They didn't do anything. They couldn't do anything. They got blown out of the gym. It was embarrassing, and Fox sold the bag. He sold his discount. He sold it all. So 1,700 in equity. Again, another, this was I think for 25, so we're at 2,000 in equity because this was a slip that went 2X. As you can see, the Dunk King reigns supreme. Chet, Kuminga, Lopez, the crown is intact. And then I had a 2V with the Brook Lopez. I posted this for the cord, and then we're back to square one. Even though it was a rough day yesterday with 2 tacos selling, a lot of people still were able to get W's because the value that I gave out the night before hit. So even on a bad day, we're still getting it done. James always wants to be acknowledged, but I'm going to swap over James today. He's going to acknowledge Captain Crush. Whoever this is wants to get acknowledged. Brother, how can I acknowledge you when I don't see your name? Let me see if I can acknowledge you. Okay, Texas Kid. He took Bam. He took Captain Crush's underdunk. And oh, baby, Luka under 4.5 turnovers. Captain Crush called it, baby. Cash it. Look at Eddie. Look at old Eddie here with an easy 500. I love when people say it's too easy, like he wasn't sweating his butt off. Come on, brother. It's never easy. Nose said, Captain Crush, you goat. I did give all these out the night before. Bang! Sweep them all, baby. So even on a bad day, there's stuff to be considered. Uncle Dan and Eddie's feud continues. They're battling over something. I don't know, but as long as they're cashing and Captain Crush gets Starbies along the way, it's okay with me, baby. Homeboy shouts me out. Listen, the fact is, I'm always going to get shouted out. Make sure you're in the live stream, you watch the YouTubes, you're cooking, you're looking at the daily prop list, you're getting in the mix. So you, comment guy, you're like, man, this guy knows his stuff. I want to get in the mix. How do I get in the mix? You go to CaptainCrush.net, you slide down here to the gold package, bang, buy now. $24.99 a month. You get 6 months for $125. It's the best value. I know how it is. I get all that, the economy, yada, yada, but I am doing the Lord's work. I'm giving you your money's worth. I promise you that. I hope to see you in the mix. Again, I was up till 5 in the morning last night doing a giveaway because I got people in my Discord sponsoring giveaways. I'm giving away cash. Members are giving away cash because we're winning. We talked about a whole range of other stuff. We do it all, baby. I cover it all. So I hope to see you in the live stream. Again, the live stream will probably be at 5:30 Central today because this video, it's already 4:45. This is getting late, but it is what it is. Like I said, for the Court Faithful, most of my exposure is going to be in the 2 late games. We will discuss it on the live stream, and I will cook for you guys. For the YouTube Faithful, your priority is going to be Jalen Williams, 9.5 R plus A. Zubac fantasy score. Pascal Siakam less 8.5 rebounds. They got dunk props like Captain Crush Cook. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Jared Allen 2.5 dunks. Bang! It's hitting. I'm telling you right now, he's getting 3 dunks tonight. If he doesn't get 3 dunks on the Hornets, I'm gonna slap him into next week. I'm gonna take a shot on old Jared Allen. Don't give me a repeat. I'm begging you not to start hooking, driving hooks, whatever you want to call it. But I am 100% taking a shot on Jared Allen. It's not going to be an anchor, and my other dunk that I like would be Paolo Banchero. I have never missed a dunk slip yet with the tube or the cord, but right now, today it feels like it's going to miss. I'm not even gonna lie to you, chat. I feel like this is chalk. So if you want to Uno reverse Captain Crush and do this right here, Captain Crush gives you a salute. If you Uno reverse Captain Crush and that hits the less and less, I'll give you a free month of my code, baby. If it hits, I'm telling you, if you Uno reverse the Captain Crush and it hits, I'll give you a free month of the code. But I'm taking more, not in this slip right here. Now, this would be a 5-man. Maybe for $5 you could let it ride. But I'm going to take Allen and Banchero in a separate slip away from everything else just in case these chalk. Because I just have that, Captain Crush just has a feeling today. Like, I was up late last night doing the live stream. The video editing today is going to be garbage because I gotta get this thing out. I won't have time to do all the fancy overlays and whatever. I gotta get it done. I woke up late. I looked at the slate. Late slate. Rhyme all the time. Captain Crush is a poet and he didn't even know it. But the fact is, I didn't have any interest in any of this. And now it just has that feeling like maybe I'm supposed to be on the golf course or in front of the Xbox in the virtual golf course. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it's hitting. You understand what I'm telling you? So be careful. I do like that, but I would just go ahead and take a shot on these three. Jalen, Zubac, Siakam, less rebounds. And then if you want to go all unders, let me quarterback this thing real quick. I think it would look something like this. So Siakam less, Bridges less, Bogey less, Hallie less, Maxey less. I think all those could be considered, with Maxey being my least favorite on the list. If you want to take out Maxey and take under on someone else, I wouldn't blame you. Again, this slate, it just ain't hitting, Chief. The value was the night before. I locked it in. Now we're scrambling. It is what it is. And the last thing that I will talk about is I think you can take Victor Wemby over 3.5 turnovers for sure. And I think you got to consider the GOAT tonight because the rest of his team is going to be super tired from double OT, maybe rebounds, maybe assists. I got his points at 25.5. I'm not going to take the bump. Maybe even his R+A. But stay tuned to the live stream. We will discuss that. It's going to be happening soon. Hey, I appreciate each and every one of you guys checking this out. I'm sorry the video was all over the place today. I told you I keep it 100. I keep it transparent. I am the real deal. Captain Crush, bang! I will do my best to find a W tonight. I promise you that. But at the end of the day, dubclub.win or captaincrush.net gold package. Get in the mix. I will see you guys in the live stream. Good luck in all your contests. Remember, you can sign up with any of my partners. The links are in the description and get a free 30 days of my Discord. DG Fantasy helped sponsor this video. Promo code CRUSH, 25% off. And with that, Captain Crush says, good luck in all your contests. Here's the salute. And as always, my brothers and sisters in Christ, let's crush.